What up? It's your boy King Down 225 coming at you with another reactionary video. Hit that like, subscribe, become part of the kingdom. Man, shout out to Dee. I love your content. And this topic here, I just happen to have a lot of experience in. Why? I was raised by a single mother. As there's a lot of young black men out there. That's why I say my content be for my community, be one community, and for the underserved within my community, young black male youth. And I also have to have been a single father who raised a little girl. So I have double dosed the experience. So I'm gonna play this video and we're gonna talk about what I have been yelling for almost 3 decades. That actually men are better at rearing the raising of children than women are. Like, motherfuckers thought I was out here tripping. I'm like, bro, seem like sometimes that structure, children crave that structure that fathers have. Both girls and boys, whatever, however you want to gender children now. They crave the male masculine structure that women do not possess. I'm just gonna play the video. Shout out to everybody who have heard my argument in real life that I've been saying it. Y'all thought I was crazy. Sometimes it takes other people to say shit for people to start believing what you've been saying. Let's get to the video.
Hey guys, it's your girl Dee and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in once again. So I am back with the reaction video, and I thought this video was interesting because this is something that we don't talk about a whole lot. So I wanted to share this clip for you guys, and I want to get your thoughts on it in the comments. So basically, statistics show that single fathers tend to do better in raising the children. Okay, so we're gonna dive into that just a little bit, and I definitely want to get your thoughts on this. So make sure you comment, like, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload new videos. That is super important. So I'm gonna jump into this video clip, you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. I want to hear from you. So I'm gonna stop talking. Let's go ahead and get into the video. Here we go.
Girls with no fathers in the home have lower self-esteem. Okay, fine, that sucks, but also women with low self-esteem are more promiscuous. No father families more likely to be victims of abuse, especially with single mothers. The more opportunity the child has to interact with biological father, the less likely they are to commit crime or have contact with the juvenile justice system. Okay, another way to say that is men and women who are incarcerated, the population of the prisons mostly encompass fatherless homes. Now, here's something that no one else has mentioned, which I think is cool, and I don't really say this eloquently. If a man and wife raise a child, they're less likely to end up in jail, but they have the same statistical chance as children raised by just their father. So if we want to keep children, adults, out of prison, mother, father, or just father. Well, we don't want to hear just father, so let's try to keep the families intact. I think that just seems better.
All right, so what do you guys think about what she had to
say? Bro, I'm gonna play that again, but my initial reaction is I can starkly see the difference between me and how I was raised and the single mothers I see today. Like, even today when I see it, I identify with it because I recognize it because that's how I was raised. It was like my mother loved me, she cared about me, she set down rules, but she always let me off the hook. I can't explain. It's like it wasn't no discipline. The discipline she thought she was getting. What I wanted from her wasn't what I got from her. I wanted compassion, and she thought she was giving me some tough love, but I wanted structured discipline. Like, that's what my children, single father, despite what single fathers have to endure existing in a female dominated society. Like, you know how much motherfucking undermining a single father get from single mothers or women in general who think they know better than you? I challenge any single mother out there now to a diaper changing competition right now. I whoop y'all ass. Hey, you can't tell me. And then men are logical. Like I have accepted when I was raising my daughter, I accepted, man, I am not your mama and daddy. No, I'm your daddy. Like, and I recognize the faults because your mama not around. We not gonna blame, we not gonna cry, we not gonna mope. We gonna accept it. Like, forgive your mama. We not gonna even have that kind of environment around. But single mothers, there are a lot of issues to see through in their parenting. You know, like I can recognize the issues that the single mothers I view today went through in their past that exist now. Like as a single father, I'm like, man, I want my child to be a blank slate. I want to allow my bullshit, my hang-ups. I don't like real talk. I'm like, man, I just want her to be debt free and unencumbered. Like, daddy ain't gonna press his religion on you, his ideals. Even though I be saying certain shit, like you do what you do. Just daddy love you. Do what I say. These are the structures. But women, I was always able to get away with shit. Let's continue the video. That's better. Like, man, like, I don't think you need to do that, bro. Like, don't allow this. Don't let this happen. Shit like that. Like, don't look past this. I always tell people, like the single mothers, like if your no is on, if you say no Monday, don't let Tuesday come and then it's a maybe, and Wednesday is still a maybe, but Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is yeah. Like that's not like it should be no Monday, no Tuesday, no Wednesday, no Thursday. Like single fathers understand what I'm talking about, and single mothers are gonna be like angry because I'm speaking true facts. Like y'all, like, and then the compassion y'all think y'all supposed to offer, the toughness. It's not what you supposed to. That's supposed to come from your mama. Like I don't need this kind of combative, angry, masculine energy. And because you're an emotional creature, yes, you have to take care of the household alone, but you feel the pressure of it and you angry and bitter, and that's the environment that your children have to grow up in. Even though you don't want to fucking acknowledge that and look in the mirror and say that and accept that, that's what really happens. And my mama wasn't even one of them. My mama, see, this is what I always say about legacy. Your the bearer of your child is your legacy in some parts to your affect your legacy. Like my mama didn't say nothing negative, but I can identify her issues now because I'm an adult. She didn't say nothing negative about my dad. He died when I was young. She didn't say shit. But that's the part of that's double-edged sword. She can be out here saying all kind of shit she want about him, negative shit from what she experienced. She ain't said nothing. Hence, I know nothing about my daddy. Power, right? Killed his legacy. Like I got his name, but technically he don't really live on, do he? That fucked up, but she had a like, damn. Let's continue the video.
Say, what do you think? Do you agree or do you disagree? I definitely want to hear your thoughts in the comments below because this is interesting and this is not our first time hearing this. We've heard this often, but I'm pretty sure a lot of single mothers would not want to hear this information. I think most single mothers would not agree with.
Like, oh man, I remember being single father. I just told this story so many times. Tell me if this would happen to a single mother. This is what I talk about when I say the uphill climb. that a single father had to endure in this female-dominated world. Like, I'm proud to announce that majority of the women in my family hair is natural. Why? I started a revolution within my family. Before me, people ask me why I don't cut my hair. There you going bald, King, yo. I'm like, man, this hair got history, bro. This shit started a revolution. Like, I was like, man, why do my child has to strip her naturalness, her beauty, and say, well, this the world say you have to look, because this is the cream and crack era. Everybody in my family had cream and crack then. When I had my child, single father, I'm like, no, I don't want her to look at herself like that's how that's how I gotta look to be beautiful. I want her to look at how she look when she wake up and say, damn, I look beautiful. That's just extra shit. And I always raise my child. You don't need no lip gloss on. You don't need to be out here like that. Like you know what really is attractive to a man? A man raises his daughter to attract the man she really wants. Like you don't have to be out here out that don't no man really commit to that. Like we warn our daughters, we tell them, women raise their sons, their children to be their dream man. Hence the bitterness when they get girls. Like that's I'm gonna raise you like it's always blended in some trauma. Like it's no trauma when I rear the children. Like man, that's unfair to the child to do that. Like man, listen, like if this is the kind of man you want, this kind of man you attract, you don't have to go out there tooting it and booting it to Ed nigga. That ain't gonna garner you no respect. And I always kept it a buck with my kids. Like, especially when I raised on my own, not on my own. Shout out to my mom, helped out quite a bit. Shout out to the tribe. Shout out to the fam. Y'all know y'all contribute. Y'all also know y'all like, okay, I got off topic, the hair topic. So at that moment, I'm like, I want my hair. I don't want nobody putting no more that relaxing my daughter hair. This shit about to stop. Don't put nothing in her head. I sent off to one of my family members to spend the weekend. Instead of them listening to what I said, they feel like, well, I'm gonna go to a high authority, a female, his mother, and she went against my wishes. Like I have never. I always say this. I have never ever raised up in a single female led home as a child, was told something to do, or something was said by my mother that other adults didn't obey, including my grandparents. Like I've never experienced that in my life where I was told to undermine my direct parent or go against their wishes. So it fucking shocked me as a single parent that I said don't do something. They went around what I said, despite what I said, and asked for permission against my wishes. Like, what the fuck? Why do I have to sit on this soapbox and announce that I'm her daddy to everybody all the time? Why do I got to get these fucking filthy pedophilic looks when I show up to the goddamn school initially? Why do I got to explain why do I got to think about how I discipline my child in public? Because I am a man. And it may be perceived to look funny, just a man being with a little girl. Like, that's the kind, like, single fathers know exactly what I'm talking about. The looks, the mood, the attitude. And don't get me wrong. Again, it's a double-edged sword. Like, once you get past that initial shock and they realize, oh, he really is a single father, you get a lot of different looks, if you know what I mean. Very popular with the ladies back in the Let's continue the video.
What she's saying, and I think it's important for us to point this out because this is something that most women, single mothers, would not want to accept or even acknowledge or even share. Now, I'm just going to read a little bit of this. It says, do single fathers do better than single mothers? When single mothers and single fathers were compared, several differences in positive parenting behaviors emerged. Single fathers were found to be more confident of their parenting ability and to feel they had a better parent-child relationship than did single mothers. So this is something that a lot of people don't like to talk about or address because single mothers wanna believe that they can raise these children by themselves and there aren't any consequences or there aren't any difficulties that the children will face because of it. Now, let me just say this, because I know some people are going to say, well, I was raised by a single mother.
I done had police called on me. Like, this experiences I had, these horrible things I had to endure trying to raise a little girl. Like, because people, like, I done had police, when I say I done had police call on me like 4 times in my life. One for popping firecrackers in a white neighborhood. Cause I was working for white people, they were popping firecrackers, and like, oh, just go outside and pop firecrackers. Police rolled up on me. I was the only one out there. It was a black man. That's why I don't shit on police all the time. Like, it was black man, listen, bro, don't let these people get you fucked up. He let me go. The only time I ever had handcuffs on me. The other 3 times was me trying to be a father by somebody or somebody adjacent to my family. Like, and then it shocked me. Because do you understand the environment that a black man exists in? I am 6'1". Always weighed 250, 260. Like, when the cop approached me, he come at me with his hands on his gun. You ain't jeopardizing my fucking life because you think you know better than me as a parent. You questioning me and doubting me. That's the environment a single father has to endure. So I'm on the phone trying to tell my child, like, what she gonna do. You a mom, you gonna do what I say. My baby mama from another child hit it. Call the police. Because she think I'm being aggressive. Like, what? Nah, this lit nigga gonna go to school. I don't care what nobody talking about up here. I'm daddy, you hear me? I lay down law. Nigga gonna listen to what I say. Why I always got to sit on this soapbox and say I'm her daddy every time? Why I gotta take it here? If I say something, it shouldn't be nothing but what I say. That's how I treat everybody else, child. Ain't nobody out here in the world gonna say, oh man, if that's what they mama say, I'm gonna do something different. Nope. Man, that's what your mama say. That's what your daddy say. Go ask your dad. Ask your mom. Because to me, the parent is always the supreme authority. I'm never going to overstep my bound. That's kind of how I was raised. But when you're a man doing something in a female-led world, in a female-dominant space, you don't know no better. You're an idiot. Like, you got to fight that shit too and raise your child. Like, and years later, that fight of freeing my daughters from the bondage of the Eurocentric look also freed other females within my family, those same women who fought me and maybe probably had something to do with putting relax in my baby hair when I told their ass not to, despite my wishes. Fuck what my mama say. This my baby. You hear me? Went natural. So let me tell you what the county is. When I tell you I live in I was raised in a masculine, matriarchal society. You know, in the South, first cousins are like sisters and brothers. So I feel like I got 20 sisters and brothers. but only 5 of us were males. The other 15 were sisters. We never viewed women as less than. We always viewed them as equal. It wasn't no, the boys raced and the girls raced. When we was together, we all raced together. I mean, there was differences because we was raised. Okay, you a boy and you a girl. But like, you don't do this. Yeah, the girls stay in the house and clean. And the boys went out and chop woods. But we didn't look at y'all as less than. I'm ranting again. Let's continue the video. I'm making this 8-minute video into a 30-minute video. I just wanted to add my 2 cents. Like Dee said.
And I'm okay. But I do understand that there was some issues, underlying issues there because I did not have a father in the home. Even though there was a stepfather there, it wasn't the same. So I think there's definitely some...
I ain't had no daddy at home too, but like she said, I had a stepdad. But I was raised in a very, like when I say issues were present, see my mama was, she ain't talk about my daddy, but the experiences that she went through with my daddy showed despite her not talking about it. Because she was in the era and the attitude and the mode like ain't no nigga gonna tell me what to do. She ain't talk like that. She's a preacher's daughter. She didn't come from that cut. So even though I'm talking like this, I'm ad-libbing. She's like, I'm not gonna let no man tell me what to do. I'm gonna be the boss. I'm gonna be the head of my household. I'm gonna be the head of my family. She was a very masculine energy. You know what I'm talking about? I said this earlier. What I wanted from my mother, I didn't get. The kind of love that you expect from a feminine, I got masculine energy. Like what she thought she was giving. I don't know. But then she had the masculine. She had a dude there, but she like, you can't touch my kids. You better not tell him this. Like, we don't respect this nigga either. You just a tattletale. So she just print this imbalance. Like, and it was different for me when I got married. Like, I'm like, listen, if we gonna do this, I need to accept your kids 100%, and you need to accept mine 100%. And that means includes discipline. Like, I'm not telling you go out here and jump on top of my child's head, but I need you to have that certain parental wall for respect that you need, and I need to get that. I'm not going, and I need you to trust me, I'm not going to jump on your kid head either. But I need, like, if I read, because that's most of what, fathers do. Like the wolves and the lions, we might nip, wrestle, yell, bark. Them just boundaries, them alerts that ain't like, I'm trying to intimidate. Like my grandkids, I'm a grandfather now. From the child I raised. Very productive, motivated, single mother. Not a single mother now. She's in, very committed relationship. But I got grandkids from her now. And I still look at them now like, okay, Papa, man. But Papa should nothing but love. Like, that's how I raised my child. But despite all that other shit that, single parent fathers have to endure, like, then is the perception of a single mother and a single father is this. A single father is perceived as, you still a man. You supposed to have your shit together. Like, especially when you need help. You're not supposed to actually ask for help. You're supposed to have your shit together or you shouldn't have had that baby in the fucking first place. But a single mother, like, here you need some food stamps. You need somewhere to stay. That nigga ain't shit. Here, help. But a man, he's always is like, you a dude though. You supposed to have your shit together. How dare you ask me for some money to help feed your kids? You better go get another job, nigga. Like, bro. Like, man, I just need like $20 to buy some diapers. I get paid tomorrow. You get this shit back tomorrow. Like, oh, bro. Y'all niggas are serious.
Issues that occur when you're only raised by a...
Like, I just want to understand, like, I couldn't have did it without the tribe. These just experiences I had, but I have a lot of more experience of people really holding me down So I want you to like, damn, nigga fucked up. But I'm just telling you the experience that I know single mothers will never have to endure when it comes to like just the looks going to school. Like they look very, very dismissive of you. Like look past you. Like what jazz it? And they look like where's the mother? Where's the mother? I'm like, bitch, I'm daddy, nigga. What up? Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Alexander. Damn. Sorry, Miss Alexander. We don't really usually get fathers around. So you come to sit in class? Yeah. What the fuck? You kind of participate? That's why that's why I like to stay my ass at home. Cause motherfuckers shit like this. Yeah, okay, yeah. I fucking participate. Sorry to bust your bubble. Expectations of males. Let's continue.
A single mother. It doesn't mean you're a horrible person and you can't live and thrive. No, because we see a lot of individuals who are raised by
Single, mother hound, very good dude. I always tell mama, despite what I say, that you might see negative, I am very appreciative and understand that you did what you had to do to raise the best kid that you could care. She had a purpose. Like I understand as a parent. I love me. I'm like, mama, if I wouldn't have went through what I went through, despite some of the troubles, some shit that, I experienced under your rule, I'm very appreciative of the person who I am. I love me. I'm a good person. I'm a good dude. And I need you to believe that. So despite all that, that's what came from a single mother home.
single parents thriving and living. Yes, of course, we're all
Never been in jail. You heard me? I might not graduate from school. See, there's certain key factors that happen. Didn't graduate from high school, but like that's a story for another day. That's gonna be on the first podcast, the All About Me podcast. Like the first, not the All About Me podcast. The podcast I'm coming, but the first episode gonna be all about me, and I'm not gonna talk about me no more after that. So anytime nigga want to hear me or hear what I'm talking about or what I believe, that first episode, I ain't gonna talk about me no more. I'm talking about these topics.
thriving and living, but we do have underlying issues. We all have issues, right? Nobody is perfect. So we got to accept that, hey, there may have been some things where we went wrong or some choices that we made that could have stemmed from us only having that one perspective, that mother, and not that masculine, manly presence there to give you a different perspective. You see what I'm saying? Y'all let me know if that makes sense. So I agree with what she's saying, and not only do I agree.
Another negative tool that I have to, like, single mother, sometimes I have to check my emotions, and I'm a dude, and sometimes, like, because my daughter didn't have her mother around, she could be a little too rigid, too emotionless. Like, it's weird. Like, I raised her in discipline, like my mama sometimes, like, she'll just have emotional outbursts. You know, she even cursed me and said, like, your mouth gonna get you in trouble because I say how I feel. Like, I just say it. Like, fuck it. What it is what it's gonna be. Very emotional. But my daughter sometimes, I don't give a fuck how emotional she get, but that's how I raise her. I raised her different. Old school, but different. Like, man, listen, I don't know, despite how emotional she is, she does not release no information she don't want to be out there. Very calculated in her conversation so when she get emotional. I take pride in that. Because despite what I said about me being, I say what I say, I'm very calculated in what I say, despite my emotions. Because I recognize in the world that just letting your feelings go, how destructive they can be. But not, you know what I'm saying, but also not releasing feelings can be destructive too, especially you. You gotta get that shit out. Like, man, listen, bro, daddy must have been too disciplined. Like, you don't express none of your feelings. Like,
Statistics back.
and you ain't got to be whooping on no child to get structure and discipline. It just got to be no every day. No, you can't have this. No, you can't do that. I'm talking about not just being no shitty parent. But like, no, this is rules. You keep your room clean, you can have that. You do this, you can do that. I'm not going. You can't have this if you don't do that. You can't get that if you don't take the trash out. Don't not take the trash out, and you still give little motherfuckers what they want. Don't let them go to school and get in trouble, or they missing class, and you still go and buy them Jordans and PlayStations and $200 haircuts and weave and perm sets, getting their nails done, or iPhones and shit, and they ain't doing what they supposed to do. I always had a rule, man. I don't reward you for shit you supposed to do. You supposed to come here with A's and B's. Like, that's the shit I used to tell my children. Like, man, oh, daddy, look, I got A, B's, and a C. I'm like, man, I don't fuck with no C's. C's average, and we not average. A's and B's around here. But, man, I'm telling you, growing up from my experience, I done hid my report card for fucking 4 years straight with a lie that my mother let me slide with for 4 fucking years. And she, in her spirit, knew I was lying. Like, mama, I got a 50-cent fine in the library. Because I don't know how it go in everybody else's school. But, like, down here in Louisiana, like, if you had a fine in the library because you kept the book out too long, they would withhold your report card till you pay the fine in the library. It could be less than 50 cents. They that goddamn penny. Like, mama, I got a fine in the library. They didn't give me a report card. 4 years! Like, nah, nigga, you better show me something around here, bro. Like, you think I'm gonna believe that lie? Let's continue the video.
Back it up. Ultimately, the goal would be to not become single mothers, that we have 2-parent house.
I just want to say, she let shit slide because she was always busy working 2 jobs. Masculine energy again. The dude she had there that was the feminine energy that really wasn't the masculine. Like, he didn't have no, just like, man, I don't want to go too deep because then people are like, damn, that fucked up, King. Like, it was a flip-flop world. Mama worked 2 jobs to pay all the bills. Had a boyfriend that she emasculated. He didn't have no power. And he didn't have a job. So we doing what the fuck we want. She ain't got no time for to be paying attention to her son. Ain't got no report card in 4 years. You're paying attention, but you ignore it. See, that's what I'm talking about. Women willfully ignore shit. Like, sometimes they allow their nature. It's fucked up, bro. I'm gonna say that. Allow their nature to overcome their. I'm just gonna say this. In Animal Kingdom, like when a lion come up to a new pride, defeat the king, he'll go, off the cubs, and the lady lion don't fight the nigga, do she? So she just go in and go have more kids. I'm just gonna put that down. You're like, oh, okay, this the new world then. Fuck it. Tootie the booty for the new dude. Fuck them other niggas, pour out some liquor for them.
Households with responsible parents to teach our kids and give them the best chances possible. Because we do know that the majority of the prisons are filled up with people who were raised by single mothers. That's a fact.
Again, Single mother that went to jail. Despite the negatives I'm saying, I keep telling you she did a lot of positives. The fact that she accepted that, like, even though this man inside my house is emasculated, I'm gonna send you to men's I respect that's gonna give you the game. My brother's my daddy, and she sent us. She did a lot of things that, again, I was like, man, I'm proud of who I am, man. Don't fucking worry about it. But she don't hear this because she's a single mother again in her emotion. If I say, like, mama, listen, I'm not saying, but I'm just telling you what I experienced. And she think I'm attacking her. So he like, oh Lord, man. To this day, one day, that probably gonna be episode 2 of my podcast. I'm actually bring my mama who's still alive. Thank you, Jesus. Who's still alive, and y'all gonna say, okay. But I have to prep her. Like, mama, please, please, okay. You know how we get. We'll get a full blown argument, be mad at each other, and then we'll still come back. I love you because that's like, mama, you raised this the son you raised in this environment. Like, my mom is like a church lady now, but she came from a preacher's. She's a preacher's daughter. But when I was raised, she was the the typical preacher's daughter. You know what they mean by preacher's daughter, right? Typical. But she was knee deep in the game, basically. I wasn't raised by no church lady. I was raised by a lady who would throw card parties and had 2, 3 jobs and be like, fuck a nigga type attitude. I'm gonna make my own money. I'm gonna go out here hustle mentality. I ain't going to no church. You know what I'm talking about? So, like, this is the son she raised in the environment. Then people are like, why you be arguing with your mama? Like, I raised by a woman who told people to stand up for themselves. That includes your mama. Like, I'm never gonna be out and out disrespectful and say your B word this, but I'm never just gonna let, like, my mama say something that hurt my feelings or say something that I think fucked up. I'm like, mom, you know that fucked up, right? You know that fucked up, right? You hurt my feelings. Like, and like man, when people see us in real life, they're like, man, you argue with your mom, but the next day we be like, I love you. Like, it's not a person on this planet love my mom more than me or her other son, my brother. Like, that's what people gonna have to realize if I bring my mama on episode 2. Like, despite what you see or hear, in 5, 10 minutes, it's gonna be all love again. I'm gonna always want to take care of my mama, and she gonna always look out for her son in whatever fucked up way she thinks she doing.
See, oftentimes young men grow up and they start to act out, and a lot of times these women, single mothers, cannot handle these children.
Oh Lord Jesus, acting out when I was. That's another story. Episode 1, maybe episode 2. Episode 1. This was what to go here. Talk about my podcast and shit. Episode 1 gonna be about me, and then I'll bring my mama on and explain some of the shit that I was talking about. Episode 1. And episode 1, what she just said, rewind this a little bit. I got lost.
And they start to act out. And
acting out. Middle school. That's all I'm gonna say. Middle school for me. Middle school. I tell single mothers this right now today. That's the most pivotal time in your child's life is in middle school. Middle school. That's when she was working 2, 3 jobs. I ain't got time. Like, middle school.
And a lot of times these women, single mothers, cannot handle these children. They don't know what to do because, honestly, in my opinion, I don't think that a woman can successfully raise young men. It's just me. I think they need their fathers. I think fathers are important.
She can. They do. She can successfully. It's small percentage. Like, I'm in a small percentage again because my mama had the foresight to allow masculine energy into my life. I always say my brother was my fucking, lifesaver, and he lived in the world before our father passed. Like raised in a different society. Like, cause my big brother was like big bro slash daddy, and that's man, episode 1. I can't be getting all this shit away. Episode 1.
To all children's lives, I think two-parent households need to become a thing again because this single, there, what is it?
It is selfish. Like I didn't want to be a single father. I was raised in this world, despite my mama being a single mother. It's only because my father died, even though she had issues. I wouldn't have been raised in the world a fatherless world. He would have had the authority to be the father, regardless of if they was together or not. That's the society that we lived. So, what was I saying again?
Again, because this single, there, what is it, about 85, almost 90% of single mothers? That's crazy. Two-parent households need to become a thing again because this.
Yeah, so I am a champion of. I never wanted to be a single father. That's where I was at. It was these women that I, impregnated. I offered marriage to all of them, but one didn't want to be a mama. I've said this on many of my videos. One didn't want to be a mama. That's why I was a single father. The other one didn't want to discover how to open her legs and didn't want to close them bitches. You in a relationship. And the other one I married. So I believe that a child supposed to have both of their parents. I recognize the 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 deficiencies that my daughter displays without having her mother around. I recognize the lack of discipline that I display, not having the structure of a father around. Like I literally could have did anything I fucking wanted, but it's just the people in my life kept me from doing worse. Like it's real fucked up. And like well my daughter couldn't get away with shit, basically. But she got away with shit. Cause her mama wasn't around. Daddy can't see everything.
Single, there, what is it, about 85, almost 90% of single mothers? That's crazy. That is unprecedented. It has to change because it's not doing our societies any justice. It's not making life better for our children and for a lot of these single mothers.
They're selfish. If you out here ain't trying to like if you put a baby in a chick, just for the dudes and women. Y'all ain't here trying to have no committed relationship because it's selfish for you to take that child. Also, in my experience from other baby moms, to take that child out of that child's life, for that child not to have his father around, it directly affects the children. You're being a selfish ass MFer. That's why I be out here preaching. Like, if you don't protect your seeds, youngins, look for the young men, bro. You like if you really truly want to be free, don't have no baby for no chick till you ready. She can't fuck with you. She can't hold nothing against you. She can't hold nothing over your head. She can't manipulate you with your children. None of that until you ready. Like, and women, if that nigga, what I tell my daughters, if you ain't trying to marry that dude, bro, like, man, nigga tell you anything he want to fuck. Like, but you don't really know how a nigga, like, man, I'm getting real explicit. But you don't really know how a nigga feel about you till he fuck. Okay? That's the fucked up shit about niggas. Daddy be trying to tell you about niggas. Watch these niggas. Okay? But I also said, like, daddy gonna tell you when he see your husband. Like, for real, I'd have told her that. Like, man, don't let no nigga come to the house and just honk his horn and you run your ass out there. He better come to the door and meet me or else he a nigga. I also told my daughter real shit. I'm like, man, I ain't friends with none of these niggas. I don't give a fuck if he your baby dad. I'm loyal to you. Like, but when it come to your husband, I'm going to embrace him. That's gonna be my son-in-law. Like, but daddy gonna see your husband. I done told all my daughters that. Like, I don't recognize these niggas till I see your husband. And me and these niggas ain't friends. That's what I be on. Like, when niggas be out here talking about this, and how you don't protect women. But like, daddy done gave you 100% game on what to look for and what to recognize and what to get. But women, arrogance. This is what I heard from them. Like, okay, I know daddy. It ain't gonna happen to me. I'm like, but daddy gonna tell you it's gonna be one nigga you ain't gonna expect that's gonna catch you. Don't be so arrogant. Okay? It's gonna be a Pookie or Ray Rash or some little dude. It's gonna fucking make you not listen to what I'm telling you. Dad, I'm telling you. Like, I don't give a fuck how cute you think you is, how pretty or how, like, it's gonna be one dusty ass nigga that's gonna fuck with. Don't listen. Don't listen. Cause I always kept it a buck. I always, man, you too honest. I always felt like I was betraying man code by telling my daughter the honest truth. Like, cause daddy got scumbag ways too. I have men. I'm very respectful of women. I love my family. I'm a champion of women. But when it comes to, like, your actual nature, you know, like, I could be scumbaggish when it comes to that. When we talk about getting yeah, not on no predatory stuff, but like, man, listen, I ain't trying to commit. That was just like you gave it to me. I ain't make you give it to you. It was consensual. But I ain't trying to be in no relationship. I got somewhere to go. You like that kind of shit. Like, daddy can be like, you got to recognize them niggas who ain't really trying to be around. Who ain't gonna when he wake up and he see you still there, he be like, why the fuck is she still here? Like, that's a scumbag that daddy could, like, oh man. I used to tell niggas, like, man, in my most scumbagish ways, like, then I'm like, I had to move music, I cook you dinner, like, whatever. Like, I was that kind of dude. But by the time I showered you off of me, whole attitude changed. That's why when I said to my daughter, like, you don't know how a nigga really feel about you till he nut. But you ain't gotta necessarily, like, but nigga ain't gonna respect you. Like, it's real fucking weird in the balance. Like, I ain't trying to, like, over pursue you. And then if I get you, then I'll be on some, like, fuck you then. Like, man, you made me work too hard for all this. This wasn't even working. But if you give it to me, like, first day action, like, I don't know about this. Do you do this with everybody? Oh, okay. Shit.
Others. And if we want to see anything better happens in the future, all of that has to change. It's going to start with accountability. It's going to start with shaming again and start letting women understand, hey, men are important. You cannot do this by yourselves. And it's becoming more apparent to a lot of women, but they're still in denial because you don't want to accept that, hey, you made the wrong choice and now you need to do something to fix it. So until we start to become accountable and accept our faults and our decisions and the lies we've been told, things are going to get worse and worse and worse. And you're going to see more and more single mothers out here struggling, trying to raise their children, trying to, do the best they say they.
With help. Struggling with help. That's another thing. Priorities when it comes to single fathers. We always talk about priorities. Priorities. Single mothers. I'm telling you, just messaging. Messages. My mama, you the man of the house. You the man. Y'all the man of the house. You the man. No, they got this whole dude up there, and he ain't the man of the house. Like, then her plan. Like, I used to tell my daughters, like, y'all don't owe me shit but happiness. You don't owe daddy shit. Nothing. Like, don't get me wrong, if you get rich and famous, I expect a vacation and cruise around the world if you get rich and famous. But you don't owe me nothing. Expectation and debt are two different things.
They can for their children by themselves, and they become lost in the sauce. You don't know what to do. You can't.
Cause daddy did the shit with y'all niggas. Y'all don't even understand. Even if y'all see me every day, I'm telling you.
Handle it because
Presence matter. Presence matter. I'm telling you, to all the people out there who don't understand, when it comes to children, presence of both parents matter is immensely. I'm telling everybody out there now who going through it today, presence matter. They need both of them. They need to know. They need to know. Like, don't be so stubborn and so like, man, fuck that nigga. Man, fuck your feelings is what it need to be. Be a real co-parent.
It's more than what you bargained for.
Shout out to my ex-wife. That's a real co-parent.
Women have to choose better. You have to choose men who are responsible men who want to be fathers and want to be husbands and marry those men and create families with those men so that we can get our communities back. And I hope that more women will understand the reality of this. I see more and more women complaining about how hard it is being a single mother, but you got to accept that that was your choice. And then you have single mothers 3 times over still complaining, but you keep making the same choices and not taking accountability and thinking that it's somebody else's fault and then playing the blame game. So you're not learning anything.
Another stark difference between a single mother and a single father is this. I always tell young men, like, if you have a baby, most of your money leaves. Okay? But a chick, if she have a baby, money comes. So that's the difference between protect your seed, bro. Like, your money, it divides or subtracts every time you have a baby. Even when I had a baby, my money was subtracting because I had other babies. They're like, okay, like even the enforcement of child support was fucking strange to me. You know, I felt like I paid for fucking 15 years and might have got maybe 6 months of child support for my, like, how fuck, like, y'all don't look at that? Like, that dude got a job and he old, but then he still gotta pay. He ain't getting paid over here, but he forced to pay over there. Like, whoa. Like, y'all can't be like, okay, well, he ain't gonna owe nothing. Okay, how about that? He ain't getting nothing, he ain't got to pay nothing. Nope. I still get threats of jail and my driver's license suspension, and I pay, and I don't never get nothing. And she got a job with this. Oh.
From these choices, you're not making better decisions. You're constantly making the same choices and complaining. So that has to change in order for us to do better, in order for our kids to do better, because we're raising a whole society of children who are raised by single mothers, and they have no clue of how this is going.
And it's disgusting. Again, raised by a single mother, I'm an exception to every rule that you're gonna put out here, for real. You know, but it's disgusting. Okay, overly feminized young men and overly masculine women. Like, no structure. Just a bunch of lostness. I'm telling you, that's what happens a lot of time in single mother-led homes. Structureless homes. Like, I can't tell you half of the shit that I can tell you about what I know. Because it'll be too shit get people canceled. I would say that I know shit about this mama who did shit with their daughter in certain situations that are like, man, you serious? But that the courses will never take that mother away from that child because society thinks mamas are fucking perfect. But I know niggas who got their kids and struggle and work 2, 3 jobs, and them kids and went to motherfucking college and shit, very productive kids. But niggas ain't shit though.
Gonna affect those children, and especially the black community. We're already at the bottom, so we really don't have no room for this type of mentality. It's just further and furthering the problem that's been that we've been having for quite some time. It's not making it better, and I don't think people understand it until their sons are in prison or they're getting caught up in this lifestyle that's not beneficial to them. They're having problems in school. They're, becoming rebellious. They're acting out and they're out of control and they don't have much respect for the mother and they're just losing their minds and the mothers are just losing control. It's because it's all out of order. And nobody sees it until you're in the situation and now you're complaining and you're concerned and worried because you don't know what to do. But when people are trying to say, hey, it starts at home. It starts with having 2-parent households. Oh, nobody wants to hear that. Oh, that's BS.
You need 2-parent households. Again, I could tell you, bro, like, I can't get my mama to understand how it is to be a young black man and how the world sees me and how I got to experience the world, because she'll never get it. Because I say all the time, like, black women think they the most tech, but literally when I leave out of the front door of my house, anybody can murder me. Like, that's the world I live in. Police, niggas, the white man, Trayvon Martin type shit. I get locked up for some fucked up shit. Like, I am walking on eggshells the moment I leave my house. And sometimes when I come home, I'm walking on eggshells because I live with a BW. And this world got fucked up. Like, although a woman got certain issues that they got to deal with in the world, still the world looked at them as a damsel in distress. Like, it takes certain despicable people to fuck with you. Like, man, I'm under a constant attack. But I could never get my mama to understand. And as a single father, I accepted I could never understand certain aspects of women that a mother could have better understood. Like, it's hard to, when you the disciplinary, it's hard to get like real heartfelt conversation. Again, I said, my daughter don't communicate when she angry. She's solid as a rock. But you would have been more communicatively, emotionally, if your mother would have been, if you'd have had that kind of like feminine energy. Like, all you had was structured and a father and masculineness and around you. So you hard, you don't really expose your emotions or let them out. But if your mama would have been around, I'm like, what you needed was like weird shit I always said when I was like, what she needed was when daddy said, no, go to bed without dinner because you is punished. You needed mama to slip in behind like Joan Cleaver with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, like, yo, daddy don't mean no harm. He just love you. You know what I'm saying? That give and go, that compassion. But like, I ain't gonna say it was compassionless, but it's different. Like, it's hard to explain. It's hard to explain. I knew that I couldn't untame the beast for too long. It's the grandkids making their appearance. You wanna get on camera, bro? Alright, we hit that like, subscribe. It's breakfast time. I can't finish no more. Alright, I'm coming. See, experience on this shit. I know what I'm talking about. And go subscribe to DD channel. I done made an 8-minute video that I didn't finish because I've been talking and bumping my gum so long that I let the grandkids catch me making my video. So hit that like, subscribe, become part of the kingdom.